Hey y'all, Zelda here. So I just did a tarot deck review and you can hear me shuffling now because I put it in order to do a flip through and now I'm like, I gotta get it out of order. And so I decided I'm just gonna do a tiny timeless tarot reading where I just pull maybe one or two cards. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in right now, hang around. If not, you can always save this video for later, for when you feel like you need a message, or if you're not looking for a reading, then maybe you're not in the right place right now, and that's totally fine too. Hope you have a beautiful rest of your day if that's the case. So, if you are wanting a tiny timeless tarot reading, give yourself a chance to tune in while I finish shuffling this deck back up. And let's see what message Spirit would like to share with us. I invite in all of my own good spirits, and I invite the good spirits of each and every person watching this video so that they may receive the messages that are meant for them and utilize their sacred power of discernment to leave behind the rest. What would Spirit like us to know right now? Eight of Cups. Message for right now is the Eight of Cups. The message that I'm getting from this is I'm really seeing, it's hard to see with my face because it's hard to focus, for it to focus, but her eyes are closed and I just feel this sense of like taking a deep breath and gathering yourself, your emotions, your heart before the next leg of your journey. That there's something being asked in gathering your emotional wellspring, in returning, maybe in taking time to be with your feelings or to give yourself a container to process your emotions. Sometimes we take care of ourselves because we know that we're depleted and we don't really know what we're needing. And that feels like part of this message, in that like you don't need to know exactly why you need to take care of yourself or what you're preparing for. This feels like a message to just take a deep breath, and that your guides, and you have a lot of like emotional supports that feel like maybe they're spirits, like spirit supports, not necessarily like physical in this dimension supports. Let's see if there's any other messages. Okay. Justice. This feels like, especially in combination with the Eight of Cups, I'm wondering about how you are finding a sense of balance. I really like the idea that balance is a process. It's not a place that you arrive at. It is an ongoing process, an ongoing relationship to how are things in relationship, right? It's an ongoing relating process, I guess is another way to say that. Like they may look balanced, but that is, this is like the feather in the heart, weighing your heart against a feather at the end of your life. It feels like this accumulation of lots of tiny decisions that ends up weighing against something else. And that in the moment, there's not really a dramatic shift of the scales. And so sometimes feeling into balance could be like a question about what would allow me to come into more balanced relationship with my emotions. What actions could I take that allow me to feel like I'm taking a step in the direction of feeling balanced? What would be balancing for me right now? If I've been working really hard, do I need a day to full rest? Is that what needs to be balanced? If I've been really putting things off, do I need to just check something off my to-do list? Is that balance? If I've been really isolated, do I need to make a phone call to a friend? Those types of things. This feels like finding some emotional balance. And I am hearing the word like moderation. Okay, I hear moderation and like breathe into moderation. So this message feels in particular around if you are using something to balance your emotions, try and do something that feels fully nourishing. The moderation feels like sometimes we balance our emotions by trying to numb them, by trying to induce an opposite type of emotion. For instance, if we're feeling really depressed and we turn to something like substance, alcohol, for instance, that we maybe induce some different feelings or we escape our feelings, but that it doesn't necessarily actually balance us out fully, that it actually kind of like drives us in the other direction and the pendulum starts swinging, vacillating. This example in particular, we know that alcohol is a depressant, right? And so if we drink it, it makes us feel better. It's still a depressant overall. And so it's not going to contribute to a state of balance. And that's feeling like with any modification, moderation is key. So if you're using something, try not to dramatically push yourself in one direction. This feels like the balancing effects of like taking a deep breath, the balancing effects of taking one tiny step towards feeling more regulated, more balanced, more prepared for the journey ahead. The justice really feels like it's for yourself. So being fair and being balanced with yourself in what you're using to moderate your emotions. Thank you so much. It is so nice to get to spend just a moment, a blip with you. I hope that you have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your day.